love. We're in love. Hi, everybody. Welcome to week number 10 of our Going Through Theater Music by Carl J. Danielsen.
The most important track tonight.
This is not the most important track. All
it kind of is.
Are special. They all have special loads on them, but this one is a little special shiny. We're going through I Needed Those Tears this week. And I'm not going to get weepy about this tonight, but I had 3 big dreams when I moved to New York City. 3 big ones. Because goals are important, as Tara Paolo Studio, my vocal coach and business coach and soul sibling is in the audience, understands, like, goals are so important. And I had 3. One was to be on Broadway. One was to be a union actor. And the third, and this has been like since I was a kid, I wanted to sing original stuff. Sure, everyone loves the classics, Les Mis, all of that type of stuff. The audience thinks I'm gonna get weepy, but now because they said that I would, I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction in here. But this is so special. Carl knows who he is to me. He is a dream weaver and a dream maker. And someone said to me, we were hurling through the universe at 1,000 miles per hour, and this lovely soul said to me, "You know who you need to know?" We were on the couch in my studio. "You know who you need to know? You need to know this man named Carl J. Danielsen." Have you met Carl J. Danielsen? No, I don't even know who that is. You must meet him. And that facilitated a convergence in the universe of one bright star meeting another bright star. And then that's what we've been cooking on ever since. And from that came the realization of my third wish, which was to be a part of original theater music and to put my stamp on it and have it published for the world to see. And that gift was given to me by you, Carl.
Beautifully done. It's as much an honor and a thrill for me.
Yeah. What's the story behind I Needed Those Tears?
Well, so when we reconfigured our musical that was based on Persuasion, and we restructured it in its different characters, all of the Jane Austen novels end with the female protagonist getting married, as though, well, Tara's weepy. Yes, thank you. As though that is the quintessential happy ending. But maybe we don't know anything about those relationships and those marriages. And maybe they're not perfect. And maybe a bigger happy ending is someone learning something from the relationship and moving on. In the play, this is probably going to be played by a person who presents as female. But who knows what the world is bringing us. And certainly there are so many other options to be explored. But I think the lyric goes beyond that experience. I think it's something we can all relate to. Can we learn something from the relationship? The good, the bad, the ugly, and move on. So.
Wow. Powerful.
Lyric.
Welcome Theater Nut 100 to the space. We're doing
a
game. We decided to go track by track through Carl's entire album and honor him in this way for his gifts of behind the piano and the words and all of these things. It's so interesting hearing you talk about this being in the voice of a woman in its final iteration. I identified with it in the universal way you talk about because I actually sang it about like my past relationship with my ex-husband. Mm-hmm. And loss comes in so many different forms and so it's funny how you were perceiving it and how I also package it. There's a thread there,
right,
of a lesson learned. Yeah, for the best. All right, everybody.
And I believe that Theater Nut 100 is the great Kathleen Connery, who was at the last reading of Pride and Sensibility. So she's heard this before from the different perspectives.
Well, here it is. It's my track, track number 10. I Needed Those Tears. by the great Carl J. Danielsen.
I've cried enough tears over this one poor guy who never meant to cause me any pain. Guess I needed those tears to know what I know right now. Or maybe I'm insane. But it's like what's inside has all been burned away. And there's a whole new person deep within. I needed those tears to wash off my old stale life, so a better one could begin. Love makes us stronger when it doesn't work out. And in those horrible moments of pain and despair, you can learn what you're all about. I'll never forget these tears I'm shedding now. They're teaching me to open up my heart. I need all these tears to see my happy ending for the chapter which is now about to start.
Would you describe the recording process?
Yes. It happened in the studio. And what's crazy about it is that I'm a person who kind of ebbs and flows out of my self-confidence as it relates to my artistry. I think that's universal for us as creatives.
Yep.
But I wanted to do a one cut like Celine Dion. I wanted to do it, and we have it. We have the one cut. I actually put my cell phone down, and I just pushed play on your track, and that you just heard is just cover to cover. This is how it sounds today, and it's my Celine Dion moment, because you know she recorded "My Heart Will Go On" in one take.
Wow.
Right. So like this is equally like my Celine Dion song. Carl, when will there be sheet music available for purchase? I have some students that this would be perfect for. Great.
So when you go to carljdanielsen.com, which was created by Daniel Baldezon from El Salvador and the amazing André Stith, there is a page that gives you an email, and I will be more than happy to sell you a copy for $5. You can have it in any key you want, any songs you want. Absolutely. I love to have people singing this.
Yes. We're gonna spread this music far and wide. Thank you, Tara, for that.
Yes.
Wow. What I love the most also, and I'll say about this, and what I love about this album in total, is that gone are the limitations of people needing to be in the same room at the same time to make magic. The fact that a majority of this album is recorded all over the place. You know, I did it in my studio here, and then this was just all hurled through the internet, and that's how the magic happened. It's a remote love project, and I think that I just want to encourage artists who are listening to this episode to just start thinking outside the box about what's possible. It's not just who's in your backyard to make art with. You can make art with the whole different part of the city.
Well, and not only that, I mean, I had a great partner in this in Dan Weiner, who is not only a recording engineer and has a studio that he works with in Greenpoint, but he's a percussionist. He's someone whose taste I trust. Do you know how much it costs? Say a show plays on Broadway for a month and they decide they want to make an album. Do you know how much they have to pay to make that album?
I don't even know.
Take a guess.
To make the album?
To make an album. The music's all rehearsed. It's all done, right? You're just going to bring people into a recording studio.
I don't want to highball it, but I'm thinking somewhere in like the 10 to 15,000.
Okay. Are you sitting down?
Yeah.
It's $300,000, which is why these kind of recordings have been so prohibitive. But now, I mean, are you sitting down? Because I spent way more than $15,000 on this album. Way more. But when you compare $300,000 to put out the album for Hadestown or whatever, right? Now we're talking about something that is possible, and you can go one track at a time, like the EPs. I was just listening to Chris CNU. He was interviewing today, Mare. Yes. So it's everything is more accessible to more people now.
I'm so grateful for it. That makes the magic that much more powerful. Y'all, Carl J. Danielsen, you can find him carljDanielsen.com. And is there a J in it on Instagram?
I don't think so.
Carl Danielsen on Instagram.
Thank you.
Fact number 10, everybody. We love you. See you next week.